Yes. So we have what's that? The structured data. So the structured data is what? The data which is kept in the form of a table, where the tables are nothing but what? In the form of rows and columns, where you have what is that? The columns are name, ID, salary, and job. And the values are what is that? ALN 23, 3000, and the job, let us say here, SE software engineer. And then I'm putting the second row, guys. That is, let us say some name here. Okay. And here you have, let us say some 4000 and SSC. So guys, can you see here? If you just look into this data, easily you can understand, everyone, easily you can understand. Okay, guys, if you just look into this data, we can easily understand that the data is kept in the proper form of rows and columns. The proper form of what is that? Rows and columns. Okay, guys, rows and columns. Whereas when we talk about the semi-structured data, guys, so this is the first one called is what? Structured data. Structured data is what? It is easily, everyone can understand the data, is user understandable format. It is in the user understandable format. And when we talk about the semi-structured data, guys, semi-structured data means what? Yes, guys, semi-structured data means what? The semi-structured data is nothing but, guys, everyone, the semi-structured data is nothing but, yes, the data which is kept in the form of, what is that? The data which is kept in the form of, yes, guys, JSON format. The data which is kept in the form of, what is it, guys, everyone? The data which is kept in the form of, what is that? JSON format. The data which is kept in the form of, what is that? JSON format. JSON format. And the next one is called as what? HTML format and XML format. These are all the format of data we can have it, guys. Whereas, let us see, everyone, somebody just put yourself in the mute mode, guys. It's disturbing the class. Who is this? Yeah. So, guys, you have what's it? So, semi-structured data is nothing but the data which is kept in the form of, what is that? Yeah, JSON format, HTML format, and as well as the XML format. As well as what is that? XML format. XML format, where the JSON, let's describe the JSON first. What is JSON? So, guys, JSON is nothing but it stands for, yes, Java script object notation file. JavaScript object notation file. That is called as what? JavaScript object notation file. CSV, guys, CSV is a CSV is a structured, guys. CSV is completely a structured. We are talking about the semi-structured now. Okay. CSV is in the tabular format. How the data will be recorded? Somebody, just typed in the chat box. CSV file. CSV file is what? CSV file is in the structure format, guys. It does not come under the category of semi-structured. So,
Comma
guys,
separated file.
yes. So here we have what's that? Semi-structured is nothing but what? The JSON. JSON stands for what? JavaScript object notation file. And here the data is recorded in the form of a key value pair, guys. Key value pair. Key value pair. So what is key? What is value and what is pair? Let us try to understand this first of all. Okay. Key value pair. The data is recorded in the form of key. So guys, keys are nothing but, everyone, keys are nothing but the column names are called as the keys, guys. The column names are called as what? Keys here always. So what are the keys you have it? So here you have what's it? Name, ID, salary, and job, guys. Name, ID, yes, name, ID, salary, and job, guys. Name, ID, yes, guys. Name, ID, yes, name, ID, salary, and job, guys. Everyone, name, ID, salary, and job. These are the keys you have it. So let's try to put these keys into the JSON form. So as you know that the JSON data is recorded in the form of, what is it? Key value pair. Here I'm writing it, guys. The same values. Can you see here? I'm writing the key, first key. What is the first key? First key means first column is what? Name. Always make sure the keys are recorded in the form of a, yes, within the double quotes, the data is recorded. And now the key followed by the colon and then followed by the value. What is the value? Can you tell me what is the first row value you have it, guys, everyone? Alien. So now this is called as, what is it, guys? Key. This is called as a key and this is called as a value. Together they are called as what? Key value pair. Together they are called as what? Key value pair. Let's come to the next line and write it down, the next key here. What's the next key you have it? You have the next key as the ID, guys, everyone. The next key is ID. Everyone, the next key is ID. and the value is what? 23. But make sure, guys, everyone, make sure whenever you have, guys, whenever you have the numeric values are not placed under the double quotes. It will be placed normally like this. Then the next one, what is it? You have it, ID is there. The next column is what is it? You have it, salary. So I'm just mentioning the salary here. Sal is the next one. And then you have what is it, guys? Salary is what? 3,000. Here you have what is it? 3,000 is the salary. And then afterwards, one more row is there. So after every row completion, there will be a commas. There will be commas placed. And then you have what is that, guys? Again, you have the job here. Again, hello. Somebody put yourself in the mute mode, guys. Hello. Please put yourself in the mute mode and you can do it. Okay. So it's disturbing the class. Now, guys, can you see it? Job is there. Again, the job. What is the job? You have it. The job is, let us say here you have a software engineer. As it's a character value, the same is placed under the, yes, guys, double quotes. That's it. Now, this is the end of the first row. So the whole one, this whole one is called as a JSON document. This is called as what, guys, everyone? JSON document. It is called as what? JSON document. The whole value is called as what? JSON document. Now I'm writing the next row, guys. How the next row? So next row, when you wanted to write the next row, guys, the comma is placed outside the brackets. See why I'm explaining you all this, because we are going to deal with the JSON file as well. Okay. So again, you have what's that? So this is the very major file which we are going to see it. Okay. So I'm writing it. Can you see here? Again, I'm just copying it because the content we have to just change it here. So I'm writing this here. Can you see it, everyone? So now the content is copied here as it is like this. And now, guys, just change the values here. What are the values you have it? Instead of Alan, you can just mention it here as a Bobby. And then instead of 23, you can place it as what? 33. And instead of 3,000, you can place it as 4,000. Instead of this one, you can give it as a SSC. So now, guys, can you see it? The end of the data. So hence the comma is removed. So this is called as, guys, JSON document. It is called as what? JSON document. Whereas it is called as what? Multi-line JSON. This is called as what, guys, everyone? It is called as what? Multi-line JSON. This is called as what? Multi-line JSON. Anyways, you need not worry on the multi-line or single line JSON and the nested JSON, because we will see, you'll have a separate topic called file system. In that we are going to see these things in detail, guys. These things in detail. Okay. So right now you need not worry on the same, guys. So here you have it the same. Okay. So this is called as what, guys, everyone? It is called as a JSON file. It is called as what? JSON file, which is the semi-structured. Now, apart from this, what are the other thing you have it? You have the HTML, that is called as hypertext markup language. And then you have what is that? XML file as well. So let us see how does the XML file, if you put the same data into the XML form, if you put the same data in the XML form, okay, so the XML is nothing but what? It can be some extendable markup language or exponential markup language. Okay, so let us try to see this. The data is kept in the XML in the form of a tags. These are called as what? Tags, guys. And this is nothing but called as what? Root tag. It is called as what? Root tag. Root tag. And these are called as what? Row tags. Sorry, these are called as what? Row tags. So now how the data is placed within the root tags and the row tags. Let us try to understand the same, guys. Okay, how does the data is placed under the root tag and the row tags here? Okay, let's try to, yes, guys, let's try to understand the same here. So when we talk about the root tag and row tag, same data we wanted to place it. Yes, guys. So here you have what? Let's say here the table name. Here you have it as a, let's give it here the table name as employees. The table name is employees. So now, guys, this is called as what is that? The name, whatever you're using it, this will become your root tag. This will become your what? Root tag. So this is the opening of the root tag. And now the row tags. How many rows you have it, guys? Can you tell me? Here, how many rows we have it? We have 2 rows. Am I right, everyone? We have how many rows, guys? We have 2 rows, guys. Here we have what's that? two rows. Here you have what's it? Two rows. So now how the data is written? Yeah, here we have a two rows. So how? Let us try to see this. Okay, everyone. Let's try to see how many rows. We have two rows. So how the data is placed here? Here we can say, guys, everyone. Here, okay, sorry. Here the data is placed like this. The first column is the name. This is called as the opening tag. It is called as what? Opening tag. And now this is called as a closing tag, guys. Closing tag means what? How to differentiate between the opening tag and closing tag, guys? The slash is the difference. If you give the slash here, guys, everyone, if you give the slash, it will become the, yes, if you give the slash, it will become the closing tag. And between the opening and closing tag, you will have the values. ALN like this. The next row. What is the next row? You have it, guys, everyone. Or the next column, what is it? You have it? ID. Guys, ID. What is the value of the ID? This is the opening ID. And here you have a closing ID. Between this, again, you have the value. But guys, there will be no commas here. There will be no commas. It will be simply placed like this. So this is nothing but called as what? First row. Okay, the first row is not. Okay, again, you have more tags are there. What is it? The salary is another tag. And this is the closing sal you can use. And between these, I can mention it 3000. And now again, you have what is it, guys, everyone? So here I'm using the opening tag. And here I'm using the, that is nothing but job. So what is that job? You have it. And this is highly case sensitive, guys. It is highly case sensitive. So if you miss one of the case, suppose the J is in capital now. If I am using the J in small, it won't work, guys. So it should be as it is. The job. Can you see here? Again, between these two, you have to use the value. So this is nothing but the end of the first row. And now the second row is also there. So I'm placing the second row. Simply change the value. Instead of Alan, you can give the value as what is it, guys? Bobby. And here, instead of this one, you can give it here as what is that? 33. And instead of 3000, you can make it as 4000. Instead of SC, you can use SSC. And finally, the data is completed. Data is done here, guys. So finally, you have to close the tag. That is called as root tag. Somebody put yourself in the mute mode, please. Everyone, put yourself in the mute mode, ma, please. Who is it? Guys, this is in recording. Please put yourself in the mute mode, because this will be uploaded even on the, okay, you LMS system and everywhere. So I want everyone just, okay, maintain the dignity of the classroom. Can you see here, guys? Here we have it. Can you see? This is called as what? Closing tag. This is called as what? Closing tag, guys. Here we can say what's it? This is the opening tag and this is the closing tag of the data. And these are the opening tags and closing tags at the row level. And this is called as what? Root level. So this is how we can say, guys, this is called as a semi-structured data. Now, finally, you have the unstructured data. So what do you mean by unstructured data? So unstructured data is very simple, guys. You have photos in your mobile phone. Everyone has the photos in your mobile phone. Let's talk about mobile phone. You will have photos in your mobile phone. Then we have the videos in your mobile phone. And then you'll also have the chat history, guys, everyone. You will have also the chat history, everyone. You will also have the chat history. So, okay. And then you have, what is it, guys, everyone? Voice notes. Voice notes. So these are all, guys, these all are called as, what is it, guys? These all are called as, what is that? These all are called as what? Unstructured data. Okay, this is all are called as what? Unstructured data. There will be no structure for the data. Now, the job of the data engineer to convert the unstructured data, guys, unstructured data to what is that? Semi-structured. And semi-structured data to what is it, guys? Structured format. Structured format. That's it. Okay, structured format. So, guys, and ultimately we pick up the that is nothing but structured data. We pick up the structured data. But now the next question, guys. Whatever the data you have it, that is called a semi-structured, unstructured, or the structured, whatever the type of data you have it, where do you store it actually? There should be, okay, there should be some place where we store the data. Am I right? There should be some place where we can store the data, guys. So what is that place? Those are called as what? Azure storages. Those are called as what, guys, everyone? Azure storages. So the Azure storages. So here we can store the data into what is that, everyone? We can store the data into what is that? Azure storages. We can store the data into what is that? Azure storages, guys. We can store the data into what is that? Azure storages. Okay, Azure storages. We can store the data into what? Azure storages. So what are the Azure storages you have it? The first one, guys, the very basic storage of the Azure, that is called as what? Azure blob storage. Very basic storage, guys. This is called as a very basic storage. And the blob storage is nothing but, here blob stands for what, guys, everyone? Binary large object. The blob stands for what, guys, everyone? Binary large object. It is called as what? Binary large object. Okay, the blob stands for what? Binary large object. The blob stands for what? Binary large object. So now when it comes to this Azure blob storage, what type of data we can store? We can store all the three types, guys. Everyone, we can store the structured data. Everyone, we can store the structured data, comma, we can store the semi-structured data here. Okay, and then we can also store, guys, unstructured data. We can also store what? Unstructured data. So guys, here the blob storage can store any kind of data, that is called a structure, semi-structured and unstructured, where everyone, where this is called as a limited storage. It is called as what? Limited storage. That means you cannot store the huge volume of the data, guys. Okay, you cannot store the huge volume of the data. And now the next question, what is the volume of the data we can store it? Though it is a limited storage, what is the volume of the data and how the data is stored in the, the blob storage? Everything we will see when we start the next topic, that is called as what? Storages, how we describe every storage. Okay, so now guys, the next type of storage where we can store the data is called as what? Azure Data Lake, everyone. Azure Data Lake Gen 2. What it is called as what? Azure Data Lake Gen 2. So guys, Azure Data Lake Gen 2 is what? It is the newly introduced, wherein prior to that, guys, we also had one storage. But right now it is retired. So you need not worry on this, but still I am telling you, there was one more storage prior to prior to, prior to the introduction of this Gen 2, they had Gen 1 storage. They had, what is that? Gen 1 storage. Now it is retired. You need not worry on this. Okay. It has retired in the last month, June only, 2024 June, it has retired. So it's not allowing us to create the Gen 1 storage, but the Microsoft recommends to move the data. If already Gen 1 is there, so to migrate the data from the Gen 1 to the Gen 2 storage. Okay. And here, when we talk about the storage, we can store any kind of data even in the Gen 2 storage. What is that? We can store the, yes guys, we can store the, yes, we can store, what is that? We can store the semi-structured, structured, and as well as the unstructured data we can store. But here it is called as unlimited storage. It is called as what? Unlimited storage. It is called as what, guys? Unlimited storage. We can store the unlimited storage data. We can have, what is that? Unlimited storage data. There is no limitation for storing the data here. And now, what is the difference you have between the blob storage and the Data Lake Gen 2? Okay, Data Lake Gen 2. So guys, here the data is recorded in the form of what? DFS format. What it is DFS? DFS stands for what? Distributed file format. Distributed file format. Anyways, what is distributed file format? How the data is stored in the distributed form? Everything we will discuss it in the next upcoming topics, guys. Okay, the next one after this, the major storage. The major storage you have, what is that? Azure, guys, SQL database. What is that? It is called as what? Azure SQL database. So what is Azure SQL database, guys? Azure SQL database. It is called as what? Azure SQL database. It is called as what? Azure SQL database. So when we store the data into the Azure SQL database format, here only one form is supported. That is called as what, guys, everyone? That is supported, called what? Structured. Why? Because the data is recorded in the tabular format here. That is in the form of a table. That means, guys, you must be knowing about the SQL server. Everyone must be aware of the SQL server. Guys, the same SQL server on the cloud environment is nothing but it is called as what? Azure SQL database. It is called as what? Azure SQL database. It is called as what? Azure SQL database. It is called as what, guys, everyone? Azure SQL database. Here the data is recorded in the form of what? In the form of what is that, guys? In the form of a table. Now, we can migrate the data from the on-premises SQL server to Azure SQL database as well. Migrate means what? Moving the data. That means SQL server is installed in your PC, guys. Now you wanted to move the data from your local PC to the cloud, that is called as Azure SQL database. It is the storage of the Azure. Okay, so that is also possible. So we can move the data from the, that is nothing but on-premises to the cloud environment. And what is the structure you will have it? How does it store the data? All these things we will see one by one. Need not worry on this, guys. Okay. And now the next one is, what is it? Azure SQL database. And now the next one is, what is it? You have it. The very, the latest and the upgraded one, that is called as Azure Cosmos DB. Cosmos database, guys. So Cosmos database is, okay, a database which is basically, the Cosmos database is nothing but it is a database which is upgraded, okay, which is an upgraded one, wherein we can store, guys, we can store, what is it? Structured and semi-structured. That means we can store the tabular formatted data here as well, guys. We can store the tabular formatted data, and as well as guys, the JSON form of data and the HTML form of data and XML form of data, we can store it here. But whereas, why it is possible, though it is a database, how it is possible? Because we are using no SQL here. No SQL means what, guys? No CORD rules. I think you people must be aware of the CORD rules. SQL language. Okay. So not aware, no issues. I will tell you what is SQL language. Is basically a language introduced by EF CORD, who is the author for SQL. So at the time of introducing that particular language called SQL, he introduced some rules. Okay. So one of the rule is, what is that? You have it. You can store only tabular formatted data. So that rule or that particular rules, it does not follow. Hence, we can say no SQL database. It is called as what? No SQL database. There will be no SQL here, guys. And the next one, that is called as the fifth storage. You can say, guys, Azure, guys, Azure. Yeah, we can say, what is it, guys? Everyone. Yeah, MongoDB. Yes, of course. MongoDB also. Yes, guys. Again, you have, what is it? Azure, guys, Elastic Pools. Elastic pools means what, guys? The group of databases stored at a place. It is called as what? Elastic pool. What is the group of databases? Suppose, guys, you have around 10 different databases storing different information, such as you have sales database. Sales related information will be there in this database. Again, what is it? You have it. I have one more database that is called as what, guys? Everyone, production database. All the production information or the data information related to the production, the whole information related to the production is nothing but it is available or it is stored here, guys. And the next one, what is it? You have it, guys, everyone. Okay, the next one, what is it? You have it. Let us say here, purchase database. Purchase database. So guys, can you see here? Likewise, multiple databases, you can store it in a pool. That is called as what? Elastic pools. Okay. So this is also what it supports, only the structured data, guys. No other kind of data. That means when you have the word, when you have the word database, means almost all it supports, what is it, guys? Structured data only. Okay. And the next one, guys, you have it as what? Azure Synapse Analytics. Azure Synapse Analytics. So what is Azure Synapse Analytics? Guys, the Azure Synapse Analytics is nothing but basically the Azure Synapse Analytics is nothing but, guys, everyone, this is called as the data warehouse of Azure. It is called as what? Data warehouse of Azure, where, guys, where it follows the modern data warehousing techniques. It follows, what is it, guys? Modern data warehousing techniques. Okay, it follows the modern data warehousing techniques. That is nothing but called as, what is it, guys? Azure Synapse Analytics. Azure Synapse Analytics. So in other words, you can say the Azure Synapse Analytics is the data warehouse of Azure. It is the data warehouse of Azure. In the same way, what is the data warehouse of GCP, guys? Google Cloud Platform. So what is the data warehouse of GCP? BigQuery, guys. BigQuery. What is the data warehouse of Amazon, guys? Everyone? Redshift. Redshift is the data warehouse of Amazon, guys. So likewise, guys, everyone, likewise, you have, what is that? Yeah, various data warehouses provided by the various cloud providers. And here you have, what is that? The Azure provides a data warehouse with a name called what? Azure Synapse. What is that? Azure Synapse. Okay, Synapse is nothing but the data warehouse of Azure. That's it, guys. Okay, the next one. Likewise, if you keep on counting the same storages, guys, totally you have how many storages, guys? 90 plus storages. How many, guys? Everyone? 90 plus storages are available. Yes, everyone? 90 plus storage. Now, guys, everyone, please tell me, is everyone aware of what is a data warehouse or not? Yes, guys? Is everyone aware what is a data warehouse? No issues, guys. We can interact. There is no hard and fast rules. Yeah, please. Yeah. What is a data warehouse? Are you people aware with this, or you want me to give you some example on the data warehouse? Yes. Guys, please respond. I want a response. If you respond it to me, I'll get more interest in subject. Even you will be, having this thing. Yes, guys.
Replying in chat window, sir.
Okay, okay, no problem, no issues, no issues. Okay. So now, guys, okay, I explain you. Yeah, some of you must be knowing and some of you must not be knowing. No problem, guys. I will explain you what is data warehouse. First of all, okay. Guys, everyone, need not worry on this. So I'll explain you. So first of all, to know what is a data warehouse, guys, you people should be aware, because now from the next class onwards, we are going to deal with all these things. That is the reason why I'm telling you all this, guys. This is are the very basic things you have it. So guys, database. What is database? Database is nothing but a place, guys. It has to do nothing with Azure. Just I'm explaining the database. Database is nothing but a place where data, guys, database is a place where data is recorded in the form of a tables. In the form of, what is that? Tables. Everyone. Whereas the database is classified. Okay, the database is classified. Suppose the database, you can say Oracle database, or let us say SQL server database. So the database is classified or divided, guys, everyone, into two types of databases. Okay, what is the two type of sub databases, guys, everyone? So I can say the first one, guys, don't worry, I will explain you each and every point. So there will be no scope and there should be no scope of confusion. Each and everyone should know what is it, guys. Okay, though you are not from the IT background, you not worry on this. Okay, so guys, the database is nothing but, let us say if you have SQL Server database, the database is internally based on the data, is classified into two type of categories of data. What is that? The first one, guys, the first one, we can call it as what, everyone? We can call it as a transaction database. Transaction database. And the second one is called as data warehouse. Data warehouse is also a database, guys. Now, what is this? All this technically, okay, I'm cooked up. Let us try to talk normally, guys. Guys, you wanted to buy. Okay, let's try to simplify the subject, guys. Let's try to simplify the subject, not go into the technicality of the subject. Okay, because slowly we'll move on to the technicality, because everyone should understand this concept. Guys, you have been to a, let's take an example. I'm discussing an example now, guys. You have been to a shop. You have been to a shop to buy a book for or you have been to a shop to buy a book of a story, English story books. English story book. You have been to a shop to buy a book, guys. You have been to a shop to buy a English story book. Now, the same English story book. What is it? Story book. Okay, guys, story book. You have been to a shop to buy a English story book, and you ask the shopkeeper to show you the books, English story books. So now he showed you around some hundreds of books, 100 books and odd he showed you. How many books he showed you, guys? Everyone? 100 books he showed you. Hundreds of books or 100 books he showed you. Now there is a full rack. That means there is a full rack. There is a full rack, guys, everybody. There is a full rack, everyone. There is a full rack. Okay, there is a full rack. There is a full rack available. Okay, guys, with the books. Now the question is that as you have 100 books, are you going to buy all the 100 books, or you will buy one or two books? In general, tell me. Yes, everyone. Did you get my question, everyone? Or are you people following the example what I'm discussing it? Please respond it, guys. Huh? My question is that you wanted to buy a book, English story book, and you have been to a shop. Guys, you have been to a shop, and now you have asked the shopkeeper to show you the books, and he showed you some 100 books in the whole rack he showed you. So are you going to buy all the books or one book? One or two books you're going to buy? Generally, we will have that tendency only of buying one or two books, not more than that. Am I right? So we will buy one or two books. But how do you take the decision of buying that book or not? This is the question, guys. How do you make a decision? How do you take the decision of purchasing that book or not? Please respond, everyone. Yeah,
On the basis
By
of
checking
quality and
price
content.
or
exactly.
price.
Very good. So, guys, generally we don't read the whole book in the shop itself. Am I right? Generally, we don't read the whole book at the shop itself. But whereas what we do, we refer the contents paper of every book. But here it is written like this. Suppose the contents paper of the story book. Okay, you have a story book, English story book, and the contents paper is written like this. Okay, the little angel, the little angel, the little angel is the story, and this story starts from the page number 3 and end at page number 20. Okay, and then you have the second story. Okay, you have the okay story of angels. This is the another story you have it, where this is starting from the page number 31 and this is ending at page number 46. That's it. Now, guys, likewise, all the stories you'll read it in the contents paper. This is the contents paper. Let us say this is the contents paper, or in some books, you can say index paper, etc. You will read this index paper and take the decision of purchasing this book or not. Purchasing this book or not, you will take the decision. Am I right? So, whereas, guys, so if you read this just only the content of the little angel, what is the first thing which comes into your mind, guys? The little angel means what? A small angel. Am I right or not, everybody? A small angel. Yes, everyone? A small angel. But actually, if you wanted to know what is that little angel is about, you need to read the story or not, everyone? You need to read the story or not? Yes, guys?
Yes.
Of course, we need to read the whole story. And now, guys, the story is starting from, yes, the story is starting from which page here, everyone? The whole story is starting from the page number 3 and it is ended at the page number 20. So you can say this is the page number 3, and now from the page number 3 it is continuing till the page number 20 or page number 20. Okay, so this is the, so if at all you wanted to know what is the content of the story, okay, what is the content of the story, we require to start reading the page number 3 and end the reading at page number 20. Then only you'll come to know the whole thing. But here, likewise, your many stories are there in this book. You can't read all the stories one by one at the shop itself. Am I right? Now you have to take only the decision of purchasing this book or not. So for that, you will refer the contents paper. Am I right? So can I say like this? The contents paper of the book is used to take a decision of purchasing the book or not. Yes, guys. Am I right? Please correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Everybody. So if I say the contents paper is used to decide whether to buy this book or not, is this point correct, guys? Am I right, everyone? Everyone, please say yes. Of course, that's okay. So we take the decision of purchasing that book or not just by seeing the contents paper, not by seeing its cover, just by seeing the contents paper. Am I right? So all the stories are recorded. So we can say that the contents paper is used or helps us in taking a decision. Yes. Whereas if at all you wanted to know in detail what is the story is about, you have to read the detailed part from the page number 3. That is from the page number 3 to the page number 20. Likewise, guys, likewise, like the database, just simplify it here, guys. The database is just like a storybook, where like the database classify. Sorry guys, there is some projection, might be disconnected. Yeah. Yes guys, everyone. Okay, so here you can say what, guys, everyone? Yeah, here you can say what is it. Now am I audible, guys? Everyone please respond.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So now you can take a
Yes.
decision of purchasing this book or not just by referring the contents paper. So now, guys, here like the story book, you have the database. The database is a place where information is recorded, and the storybook is also a place where the stories or the information about the story is recorded, where these stories or these pages are classified, guys. These pages or these stories are classified into two categories. What is that? The detailed part and the contents part. The same thing here also. The database is classified into two parts, that is called as transaction database and data warehouse. Transaction database is nothing but just like a detailed paper. That means detailed paper. So whatever the details you have it, that will be recorded in the transaction database. That means I can say, if you take this book example, the page number, guys, the page number from page number, guys, from page number 2 till the page number end of the book, end of the book is recorded, end of the book is recorded in the transaction database. Only the contents paper, guys, only what is that? The contents paper is recorded into the data warehouse. Only the contents paper is recorded into the data warehouse. That means the data warehouse data is used for what is it, guys? Analysis. It is used for the purpose of what is it, everyone? Analysis. Somebody just put yourself in the mute, ma. Yeah, can you see here? So it is used for the purpose of what? Analysis. Analysis means what? Comparative study between two different situations to take a decision is called as what? Analysis. Comparative study between two different situations to take a decision is called as what? Analysis. So this is the basic difference you have between the transaction database and data warehouse. And ultimately we call it as what, guys, everyone? Ultimately we call it as what? Ultimately we call it as what? Database. So now everybody is clear with the data warehouse or not? Please respond, everyone. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So that's it, guys. So now everyone. So now, please, somebody want to say something? You can go ahead. No problem, guys. Okay. So that's it now. Okay. And the next, if you have any questions for me, please, you can go ahead and start the questions if you have it. Please. Yeah, guys. Okay. So now the next one,
Sir,
guys.
suppose we create a. Sir, I
Please,
have
please,
one query.
please.
Yeah, suppose we create a website and we have that database. So we will call it transactional or warehouse.
Basically, it depends upon the contents of the data you have it.
Okay.
It depends on the content of the data. See, these classifications are made. These classifications are made based on the user requirement. Based on the user requirement, not based on our requirement. See, if I have like if I have the data, if I have the data, suppose I have the data, massive amount of data is there. On the data, I require some analyst to work on my data. I want the analyst to work on my data to take some decision. At that time, we have to summarize the data and put it into the data. That means based on the requirement only we classify it. Based on the requirement only we classify the data into two categories, that is the transaction and the data rows. But overallly, we can call it as a database only. So when you talk about this website data hall, it's normal database. It is stored at the at the background. The whole is maintained in a database server, you can say. That's it. Okay, that is cloud based, or cloud based, or it can be the on premises. That is different issue again. Okay, so that anyways, those details and all these things in the more classified manner, we will have to just move into the subject, then only we can. I'll explain you each and every point on that. Okay, need not worry. Yeah,
Got it.
yeah, okay. And Cosmos DB explain. So Cosmos DB is nothing but, guys, basically the Cosmos DB is a database. It's a semi database, not a fully structured, not a fully database. It's a semi type of a database where it can store semi structured and as well as the structured data. That means you can store the files. And so yeah, there is some network issue. There's a reason for that disconnectivity, guys. Everybody, I think I'm audible now. Okay, guys. So
Yes,
here
sir.
you have what's that? The semi-structured and the structured data only recorded in the Cosmos DB, where with no SQL. That means there will be no querying of the data. That means what? There will be no querying of the data, guys. There will be no querying of the data. There will be no querying of the data, guys. Okay. Anyways, what is Cosmos DB? We will have a full, the 1 hour exercise we will have to see to understand the Cosmos DB, the structure of the Cosmos DB, everything we will take it up. Don't worry, one by one. Okay. So the next session, we will start it with the storages. How the storages, what are the type of data lakes you have it, and how the data is recorded in the data lakes. Everything we will go ahead in the next session onwards, guys. Okay. So that's it, guys, for the day now. And we'll just continue. And once we start up the, the subject, then we will increase the time span from 7 o'clock. That is a 1 hour to 1.5 hours, guys. Okay. Based on the intensity, we will increase the, that is the duration of this, the class. Okay. So right now we're into this, this thing, demonstration and introduction classes. So we are just having it for the 1 hour. And once we start up the subject, then we'll move on to the detail this thing. We'll extend the timing as well. Okay. So once more, I can say, guys, the standard timings for this is 6 to 7:30 would be the standard timings. And you will have the classes from Monday to Friday, everyone. So that's it, guys. And the recorded sessions and all, I'll provide you the recorded sessions on a daily basis, through an LMS portal. So we have an LMS portal. So learning management system portal is there. So yeah, we can get it here. So we can have it right now. So that's it, guys. Any other questions if you have for me, please go ahead and ask me.
Sir, in real time, which Azure data storage we are using in
Azure
projects?
data storages, we are working on SQL database and even the data lakes.
And
Data lakes
like
mostly. Why? Because on the top, the layer of the data lakes, we'll also have delta lakes. So mostly based on the, the usage of it. That means if you tell you wanted to process the data for the further, analysis one, you can store it in.
actually, I'm a .NET developer.
Okay.
So we need to use, mostly. I'm trying job also in outside. They are asking mostly Cosmos DB in outside.
Okay.
That's what I'm asking in this question.
Yeah. The Cosmos DB, what you're talking about. So what is your question exactly?
Actually, in real time, I
Hmm.
mean, like project wise, which Azure data storage we need to use mostly in our
See,
projects.
basically, yeah, basic constantly usage. Right now, there we are also using the Cosmos also. Cosmos DB, so we are using it. MongoDB also we are using it. Okay, MongoDB also we are using it, and REST APIs also we use it. See, suppose now what we do here is already the data is trillions of records are there already somewhere kept. We don't,
Yes, sir. This kind
we
of
don't
question I
spend,
received from one of the
yeah,
interviews.
we don't spend time on conversion, how to convert the data in the messy form to again structured form. All this we don't waste the time behind it. What we do, simply we pull in the data, then we decide what kind of techniques has to be applied on the data to make it ready for the further processing. Okay, so in that way we decided. Basically, it's not, I cannot say that this is the constant method we use it, or this is the standard procedure we follow it. Based on the requirement, we will have to keep on changes, and even based on the sometime client requirement also. Based on the
For
client requirement also, we have to change the things.
okay, so for example, you said like a trillion of data is there. I mean, most bulk of data is 1 lakh of data is there. So we need to which one is best suitable for this? Which one is Azure? I mean, which storage is best suitable for that one?
Generally, see what happens is the best storage is considered as a Azure SQL only. The best storage, what we talk.
Okay,
The best quality of the data where we can get the refined data is the this one. And the
what?
second best is nothing but the data lakes.
Okay,
Second best is the data lakes.
okay. In actually, we are using APIs. That's what I'm asking the question, sir.
APIs, yeah, APIs. If you're using it, then directly we can process the data from the APIs. So need not again convert the API's data to store it in somewhere here. Directly we can take that as an input, and output we can store it in any form. If such is the,
So, so through ADF, right?
yeah, through ADF we can do it. Through ADB
Hmm.
also we can do it. That's not a problem.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys, please?
Sir, and what is the difference between data warehouse and data mart?
Data mart is a place inside the data warehouse.
Okay.
I'll tell you that one because we will have to see the internal structure of a data warehouse. I said this is a data warehouse where the data is recorded now. It is a simple language explanation I've given.
Okay.
Inside the data is recorded in the data marts. Okay, then you have dimension tables, fact tables. That's a structure, you can say.
Okay. Okay.
And basically this, the structure and all these things, for that we have to see the designing part of the data warehouse, how the data warehouse is designed basically. Okay. The designing part, that's not exactly the thing which we cover it here, but I can give you an overview how the database and data warehouse is designed, that I can give you overview how the things works on. Okay. Because
Sure.
see, to be honest, cent% we can't cover it here. Some or the other thing, because there is no, when you go into the depth of the subject, obviously there is no, you will get nowhere end. Am I right?
Yes.
It is not, if the more you learn, the more quality of subject you will get it. Keep on learning. So anyways, what best we can extract it to get it and to get into the industry. In that way we'll just plan it, guys. Okay.
Sure.
So that's it, guys, for the day now, and we'll continue tomorrow. Tomorrow also the same link, guys, what we have joined it today. Tomorrow also you can use the same link for joining the class tomorrow. Okay. And once tomorrow it's completed, day after tomorrow, I will provide you all the login details for the LMS portal, where you can get some all the practice informations and some Python recordings, and okay, some basic things which is required for the data engineering, that will be already I have uploaded it. I'll give you the access for that as well. Okay.
We need to share anything for that for to you, sir?
Yeah, tomorrow I will take all of your phone numbers and mail IDs. Accordingly, I will share you the things. Tomorrow I'll take it. Okay.
Okay,
Tomorrow,
sir.
every one of you attending the class session, I'll just take the mail IDs and the phone numbers. Based on that, I will provide you the access for that. One by one access I'll give you. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you guys, everyone. Bye-bye. I'm ending the class.
Thank you.
Thank you.